Do you know that you can now start your own clothing brand in 2026 for free? And when I mean free, I mean completely free. No physical inventory, no pollution, and the best part, no worries on delivery. All you simply need is a mobile device or a PC, and then you can start making tons of money online. And I'm sure you're really shocked right now. And that's why in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to go about this from the start to the very end. So yeah, without wasting much more time, let's get right into it. So to simply get started, you want to head to the site called vendblue.com. As you guys can see on my screen, this is the site where we're going to be launching our clothing brand from. Alright, so now once you're here, you simply want to come to the area where you have start for free. So you want to click on start for free, and now this is where we're going to be creating our Vendblue account properly. So the very first thing here is which of these best describes you. For example, I'm a content creator, so I can go for content creator over here. How did you hear about Vendblue? You're basically hearing about them from my video right now, so I can just go for YouTube and then proceed. So this is the area where you want to insert your name. I'm going to put KidCast over here, and then my last name I'm going to put Kesintin as well. So you want to do the same thing for yours. Alright, so you want to insert your real name as well as your last name, and finally you want to insert your email address and also the password. So now once you're done clicking on enter, as you guys can see, they're going to send you a verification code to your email. Then after inserting your code, the next thing here is your country. So I'm going to insert my mobile number over here. And then this is where you're going to insert your store name as well. So I'm going to make it KidCast store. Then over here you can as well insert your store URL. If you want, you can use the same store name for your URL. So I'm going to do that right now. So basically KidCast store over here. Great. And once you're finally done selecting your name, then you can click on proceed. Now the next part over here is to select up to 3 content niches that suit what your brand or your store is going to be about. Okay, so mine is going to be about business, it's going to be about music, and then it's going to be about technology. So once you're finally done, you can click on proceed over here. And now next thing here is how large is your audience. So Vendblue just want to know how large, based on your platform, how large are your subscribers or how large are your viewers. All right, so I'm going to go for from 10,000 to about 100,000 over here, and then you want to click on proceed. So what platform are you and your audience most active on? But please note, whatever you're answering over here doesn't really matter. Okay, in case you're thinking that, oh, okay, I don't have any platform, I'm just a normal person, I don't have an audience, you don't need to worry too much about that. It doesn't really matter. All right, so now once you're finally done with the previous step, you want to come here by selecting up to 6 platforms. Just select platforms you use a whole lot of time. Okay, so I'm going for WhatsApp, I'm going to go for TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and then Instagram over here. And I also use Telegram. All right, and then once you're finally done, you want to scroll to the bottom and click on proceed. I guess you can see, great, you can now start selling. All right, and now Vendblue is going to bring our dashboard for us, and this is the place where we're going to be setting up our lovely clothing brand for free. Now you want to start by setting up your payment details. So you want to come here and click on the setup payment details. All right, and this is where you're going to insert your bank. All right, so for example, I use Guarantee Trust Bank. Okay, so I'm going to use that, as you guys can see, GT Bank. And then this is where you want to insert your account number. After this, you want to come back here to where you have product. We want to click on new product. So once you click on new product, you can see several options you can actually use Vendblue for, but we're more concerned about the clothing brand for today's tutorial. So you want to come here to where you have mesh. All right, so you want to click on mesh, and now once you click on mesh, Vendblue is going to bring out all the options of the cloth types they actually offer. So as you guys can see over here, we have what do you like to create. So if you're a fan of t-shirts, or you're a fan of hoodies, or you're a fan of sweatshirts, we have all the options over here. And in addition, we have the hat option as well. So these are basically 4 options you can opt into as at today in 2026. So for the sake of today's tutorial, let's say we're more interested in t-shirts for a start, then we can come here by clicking on unisex cotton t-shirt. All right, so once you click on it, as you guys can see, the production price itself for this cotton t-shirt is basically 11,900. So this is how much Vendblue are gonna be using to produce this particular t-shirt. And you can see variety of colors they actually offer, variety of colors you can select from, and then several descriptions of the fabric itself. So now all you have to do now is to click on start designing. Okay, so once you click on start designing, this is where we're going to set up all we need to set up. Very easy. Now, as you guys can see over here, we have a boxed dotted line. This is basically where you're going to be dropping the design you want for your t-shirt. Now, in case you're someone who doesn't have ideas on how to even design, you have the the options in your head. Oh, I want a type of clothing that deals with religion. I want a type of clothing that deals with motivation, whatever it might be. Or you just want to start making children clothes, ABC, fearless, whatever it might be. All you have to do is to come here to chat.openai.com. This is in case you don't know how to design, you don't know how to use Canva. I'm trying to ensure this tutorial is as simple as possible. Okay, so you want to come here to chat.openai.com, which is basically ChatGPT, sign up, or just simply continue with your Google account to make the sign up process faster. And once you're finally in, just like what you're seeing on my screen right now, what can I help you with? You want to tell ChatGPT to generate you with several designs you have in mind. So for the sake of today's video, let's say I want to do a t-shirt or a t-shirt brand or clothing brand that deals with being fearless. All right, so I can say generate me a lovely design with the logo of fearless and make it in a calligraphic manner. All right, this is just an example. Whatever you have in mind, just simply come here and tell chat to generate that design for you. So as you guys can see, chat is going to generate something related to what we just asked it to do. So as you guys can see, chat has actually generated a very beautiful design for us based on fearless. And in case you don't like it, whatever chat generates for you, all you simply have to do is to tell chat to regenerate it in that particular manner you want. All right, but for the sake of today's tutorial, we're okay with this. So all we have to do next is to click on download over here. And now once you download, as you guys can see, we have it saved on our device. We're not spending anything. All right, so now once you're done, you need to understand that the image itself, once I click on it, for example, the image itself is going to come with a background. And when you're actually going to be designing the clothes, you don't want that background because it's going to appear on the t-shirt itself. We want something without a background. So all you have to do after you've downloaded this particular image is to come to a site called Pixel Cut. So this is what I'm talking about. If you look at it, it has a background. All right, so you want to come to the site called pixelcut.ai. all right, just go to either your Safari, your Chrome, whatever it might be. Go to that website and then head to edit. Once you come here to edit, you want to click on background remover, and once you click on background remover, this is where you're going to upload the image. All right, so you want to click on upload over here and then select the image. So this is the image over here, so I'm going to select it. And then if you guys notice, Pixel Cut is going to remove the background, and it's also going to retain the quality for us. All right, compared to several other sites out there where you might remove the background, but then the quality might drop a whole lot. Okay, so that's why I'm suggesting you use pixelcut.ai. So all you have to do is to upload it, and then as you guys can see, it has removed the background for us. And now you just want to come here to download and then click on the free one over here. Now we have the real image we're going to be using for our clothing brand. Now once you're actually done with designing, generating the design, you're done with removing the background, the final thing you have to do is to come here to Vendblue and then come back to this icon, the clothing icon itself. Scroll to the top and click on upload image. This is the area where you're going to be uploading the image itself. So click on upload image over here, click on choose, all right, or drop files here, and then you want to select the one that doesn't have the background. So as you guys can see, we have the image uploaded. Now all we have to do now is to click on done over here. Okay, so just click on done, and after clicking on done, you're gonna see your image. Okay, so as you guys can see, we have the image on the t-shirt itself. So now it all depends on what you have in mind. If you want it to be at the center, if you want it to be at the top side, just like every other polo shirt, just like what you're seeing right now on my t-shirt, it all depends on what you have in mind. But for the sake of today's video, I want it to be at the side just like this, all right, and it be tiny. Great. Now once you're finally done, all you have to do now is to come here at the side where you have sizes. So basically, what sizes do you want your t-shirt to be? So in case you don't want a particular size for your clothing brand, just click on it. So once you click on it, the options that are blue are basically the options that Vendblue is going to show to your buyer. But in case you want all sizes, just ensure everything is blue just like this. And now these are the area where you're going to select your colors as well. Let's say you're creating a clothing brand. It's always nice to have your own brand colors. You don't just want every other color. So you want to select 4 colors that are related to your brand. So for the sake of today's tutorial, I'm going to go for black, I'm going to go for white, I'm going to go for blue, and finally I'm going to go for brown. All right, so I'm going to go for this color. So once you've actually selected those 4 colors, the next thing you need to focus on is the amount. All right, how much you want to charge for the t-shirt. So as you guys can see, the production cost, just like what we saw earlier on from Vendblue, for this t-shirt as a whole is 11,900 naira. All right, so now you need to add your own amounts just for your own profits. As you guys can see, Vendblue has suggested 14,875. So basically from a single t-shirt we'll be earning just 2,975. But if you're just like me, I can increase this to about 16,500. All right, so basically we'll be earning about 4,600 from a single t-shirt. Great. So now once you're actually satisfied with the pricing itself, you want to scroll down to the category. This doesn't really matter, but you can select the category your shirt falls in. So as you guys can see over here, we have lifestyle and we have fashion, which I'm actually okay with. Now leading to the next thing we need to do is basically the basic info about the t-shirt itself, the name of the t-shirt, the description of the t-shirt. All right, these are the area where we're gonna do that. So as you guys can see over here, Vendblue suggested a t-shirt name, but like I said, this is a clothing brand. You want to ensure that everything is well branded, including the name of the t-shirt or hoodie or sweatshirt you want to sell. So I'm going to make this KidCast regional t-shirts, for example. So regional t-shirts. Okay, so let me just make this T instead. So KidCast original t-shirt. All right, in case you're doing a children stuff, whatever it might be, just use something close to that brand. And in case you're confused, you can always come here to ChatGPT to suggest you names. Suggest me nice brand names to use for KidCast store t-shirts. Okay, you want to do the same thing for your own brand, whatever your brand is about. Just come here to ChatGPT and it's going to suggest lovely things for you to use. This is in case you don't have an idea of what to do. So as you guys can see, we have several options over here. All right, so now I'm going to come back here, and then the next and final thing we need to do here is the description. So you can go with Vendblue description if you want, or you can simply come back here to ChatGPT to give you give me a nice t-shirt description to use. And then same thing applies. ChatGPT is going to give us an awesome, attractive and convincing lovely t-shirt descriptions to use. Okay, and in case you want to be specific, just tell ChatGPT the exact thing you want and it's going to provide it for you. So once you've actually gotten that description, copy it just like this. For example, copy, come back here and then paste it, and now you have your description. But in case you're just like me, you're okay with what Vendblue has, then you can leave it this way. And now once you're finally done with this, your clothes is almost ready. So you just want to scroll to the top over here. All right, just scroll to the top and click on publish over here. Now once you click on publish, your clothes is ready for purchase. Okay, so once you click on publish, just wait for a few seconds. As you guys can see, our product is ready. You can see order a sample now if you want to order a sample for your marketing, because what you need to understand is Vendblue is going to handle everything. You put in the design, the production, the delivery. The only thing you have to do is to market properly. If you have WhatsApp, go to your WhatsApp account, post it on your status. You're launching your brand, you're launching a clothing design, whatever it might be. Or go to Facebook, just advertise to family and friends. Or in case you don't want to do that and a particular person is about to do an event, or the person wants to launch or whatever it might be, just tell the person you can help them handle their clothing. There are a whole lot of people doing clothes, doing t-shirts with several logos. Just come here and tell them you can help them do it and use this platform to make a ton of money. All right, so as you guys can see, in case you want to see your clothing or your t-shirt itself, just come here to visit store. Once you click on visit store, click on this URL. It's going to take you to the area where you have your products. Okay, so this is basically the link you're going to be sharing with your marketing. All right, so for people to actually click and purchase your product through. So for example, as you guys can see, this is the KitKat store we set at the start of the video. Okay, and this is the t-shirt over here. As you guys can see, once they actually click on it, they would be able to view how the t-shirt looks like. 16.5, they can as well select the size they want in case they're ready to order, and they can as well select the color they prefer. And then finally, once they click on buy now over here, as you guys can see, it's going to take them to the the cart area for them to actually check out properly. As you guys can see over here, this is where the buyer is going to insert their email address. So for example, I'm going to put this, their first name, let's say KitKat. This is where they're going to insert their last name as well. Let me just say YouTube, and then their country, their phone number. This is very, very crucial, all right, because this is the number Vendblue delivery agent is going to call when they're about to deliver it to the person, him or herself. All right, and then another critical thing for the buyers to insert their their address. Okay, so whatever they are, this is where they're going to insert their address. Okay, and then the state as well. Let's say in Nigeria, what is their state? Let's say Anambra. The city as well in Anambra. Let's say KitKat City, for example. And then as you guys can see, Vendblue is going to insert the delivery fee automatically depending on the area. So as you guys can see, shipping to Anambra is about 4,150 over here. If it's Lagos, for example, every single thing has been set. So if this is still Anambra, let me just make it Lagos, for example. If it's Lagos, as you guys can see, the shipping is 1,750 depending on the address. Vendblue has set everything automatically. And then once they click on pay now, this is basically the area where they're going to insert their details, and from there it's going to be sent to their email to let them know that their order has been successful, and then in several days their item is going to be delivered to them. And that's basically how it works. And in case you want to ensure your store is filled up with a whole lot of products, all you simply have to do is to go back to your back end of Vendblue itself and then keep adding as many products as you want. You can come here again to products, click on product over here, and then this time you can click on new product again. You can come here to mesh. This time you can go for hoodies, or you can go for sweatshirts, and keep on repeating the process. And do not forget, it all depends on the idea you want. If you want it to be a brand, branding simply means that everything you're posting has a relation. But in case you want it to be like a general e-commerce clothing area, then you can just keep putting a whole lot of different designs. Okay, it doesn't really have a direction, but it all depends on what you want. But this is basically how it works. You are not doing anything. All you're simply doing is just to let people know that you're selling this, and once they buy it, Vendblue is going to handle everything from the production to the delivery itself. And that brings us to the end of this video. I believe you all learned a whole lot in this video. You've actually gained a whole lot of value. If you surely did and you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, drop a like on the video, as well as share this video with a whole lot of friends and family members of yours. And I will see you guys in my next highly informative video. Thanks for watching.